I've been hiding something from you. There's a thing called drop D tuning, and it makes playing guitar super gnarly, super easy, and super fun. But the problem is once people get into drop D tuning, they sometimes stay there too much. Okay, so the advantage of drop D tuning is your fat string's going to go down a whole step to D. How much is that? Well, consider this. Here's an E to a D. Here's another one. Or like this. Or this. Or this. Or this. Or this. Now visualize your E going down the same distance. Okay, so remember, a whole step. And your string went down. I just tuned it, this peg here, dropped it quickly. I'm going to go back to standard tuning. If I was on stage, I would do it like this. Ready to go. And maybe fine tune it. But you want to drop it pretty quick. Your standard tuning. So I went back pretty quickly. You kind of memorize how far to turn it. Here I'll go for drop D again. And sound. You're using your ears, but you want to move quickly. You don't. Here's what I don't want you to do. It'll drive everybody insane around you. Don't do it. It doesn't help to hit this more and faster and harder. You should be pretty light when you do that. So when you get tuned down, you can also use a tuner. But let's say you're on stage, your standard, and somebody says, "Hey, can you play Long-Haired Country Boy?" You're like, "Oh, yes, ma'am." Sort of like that. So you want to be able to get down there quickly on stage. So once you get there, the advantage of drop D tuning, you've got a low D here. So your D chord sounds extra bassy. And you can kind of like hit like 3rd fret to open. Or like that riff I did from Long-Haired Country Boy. Sort of like that. You can kind of, you're just in the key of D, so we take advantage of that. But these open strings, these 3 fat open strings give you a power chord. Which is lower than a normal tuning, and it sounds a little heavier. So there's that 0, 0, 3, 0. To make a power chord, you lay 1 finger flat across 3 strings. Super easy. Very cool. So I was just laying my finger flat and hitting power chords, sort of in a minor scale with a flat of 5th. Kind of make it menacing. Or you could do 1st fret. So that's like a D chord to a D sharp. There's that flat of 5th. So you can make your own gnarly scale or your own sick riffs. If they're sick, though, I recommend getting them to the doctor. But what's going on here? You can do some tunes like sort of like that. You can also, let's say you're doing a power chord at the 7th fret. You can add your ring and pinky. Check this out. That's still a power chord. So we're just using a D shape and bringing it up and barring. If you need a really, really big chord. So there's no third in that. That's what makes it a power chord. It's just roots and fifths. That takes some kind of concentration to keep it all together. It's kind of cool. You can also do some neat riffs. This is where, I had some guys recording in my studio, and they were a local band that did pretty good. They played a lot of gigs, and the guy wanted to do a guitar lesson with me, and I'm like, well, can you play in the key of C? And the guy was like, I don't know what that means. Well, key of G, the guy didn't know what that meant. I'm like, well, key of D or A? Didn't know anything about D or A, anything. But the guy was playing in bands professionally. And that's, Anyway, so he kind of showed me that everything he does is based on drop D tuning. And I'm like, well, show me some of your original songs. It was kind of like... I'm like, oh, that's very, very cool. Well, show me another one. It was sort of like... I said, that's amazing. Show me another one. And it was something very similar. Wow, astonishing. That I said, hey man, can you play in any other keys? And he's like, what do you mean? So basically that's the only sound he knew. So that's why I don't really... that terrified me. I'm like, oh my God. So I don't really push drop D tuning that much, but it is cool, How about this? It is awesome, but I just don't want anybody getting stuck in one key. I play in E a lot, but E and A, D, G, but I'll play in B flat or F sharp or F, C, it don't matter. Just know, I would say just know all 12 keys and don't get stuck on one thing. All right, thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, share, and all that. See ya. Thanks.